All right, guys, welcome back. We are here with Chris Pia from North Carolina, who won the Volkswagen Beetle. He's come out with his brother and his son to pick it up. And as we were just talking, Chris just asked, do the seats go back at all? Have you been in an old Beetle before?
I have not.
Never?
No.
How tall are you? 6'3" maybe?
Yeah.
6'3". Might be a little tight squeeze. I'm only 5'8", so it's pretty spacious. Have you ever wanted a Beetle, first of all?
Yeah, yeah.
You have?
Yeah,
okay.
I've wanted a Beetle and then an old van, but I just haven't, I haven't found the right one, obviously.
And Petita's not like...
It's not everything I do.
Right. Because you are a Volkswagen enthusiast.
Yes, yeah. I do like fresher paint, but...
Yeah.
But if it's already done, I mean, it's fine, as long as it's structurally sound.
There is a sense of, like, sometimes I wonder if it's half laziness that I'm in the patina, because I don't have to, like, wax them or paint them. But then I realize, like, when I'm just driving down, like, a back road somewhere and I see, like, rusty stuff, I'm like, I like it more than it's a lazy thing. But you're right. It took years to look like this, and it is done, in my opinion. Like, we've done all the suspension, we've rebuilt the motor, and, yeah, there's no two exactly like it, you know?
Exactly.
Have you thought about, like, any, like, plans for it?
The only thing I want to do, so I like storage, so I'm going to do a roof basket.
Nice, yeah.
And then probably some sort of three-piece wheel.
Nice, yep.
I'm not sure exactly what yet.
It's got a dual port in it, as most people who have seen the channel have seen. This isn't the original motor. It would have come with like a 30 or 35 horse single port motor. This has the 1600 dual port in it. All the EvaResto suspension under it. We've got the 6-inch narrow beam with shocks, the lower spring plates. All right, the true test. If you can fit in the thing.
Oh yeah, there's enough room. My head fits. That's really all that matters.
Oh yeah, they got enough overhead space.
Oh, we're good.
Not bad.
Nice.
This gonna be your son's first car?
I don't know, my daughter was already talking about it.
Oh boy, how old is she?
12.
Oh yeah, so she's much closer.
Yeah.
Well, she'll definitely cut her teeth on how to work on a car with this thing.
Oh, definitely. So while I was in Helen, a bunch of people asked me, like, hey, so are you going to keep the car? Of course I'm keeping the car. Why would I not keep the car?
That's really cool.
So that's fine. Yeah, that was actually a lot more fun and actually easier to drive than I thought.
Did you expect it?
Yes.
Yeah. For a newer Volkswagen guy, yeah, getting into a 64 Volkswagen. Just need to take a minute here and acknowledge that Chris knows what's up with strapping a car down to a trailer. Take care of your excess strapping. We don't want to see it closed in trunks or hoods or flying in the wind. Well, Chris, enjoy her.
Oh, I will.
I'm super glad you're excited about it and plan to keep it and make it your own.
Definitely.
In your own way, wheels, whatever else comes down the line.
Yeah.
Certainly let me know if you need anything for it, you know.
I'll definitely reach out.
Well, guys, Chris is on his way home with his son and his brother. Super stoked to have it go to Chris. Not only is he a veteran, but he actually just started a YouTube channel. So if you're interested in following the next chapter of the 64 Beetle, I've left Chris's YouTube link in the video's description below. So again, thank you guys so much for all of the support on the 64 Beetle giveaway. We've got some new projects in the shop, so let's get into today's video. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We have made it home from the Overcrest Rally in Utah in the E23. Now, I'd like to say I can't believe it, but after doing a New Hampshire to Los Angeles drive in my right-hand drive E23 5 years ago without a single issue, I'm starting to think it's par for the course for an E23, and I'm almost willing to consider that this is the best car ever built. M30 straight six. It's got the 635 CSI head on it, which should be the M90, which should be ported and polished, but with the 265/5 close ratio dogleg gearbox in it. Now, we drove at about 36 to 3,800 RPM the whole way across the country from the desert of Utah all the way here to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and this thing is filthy. I haven't washed it since we left Sacramento, California before the rally, then drove tons of desert dirt roads and mountain dirt roads and through the rain and through the mud, through the snow, and haven't washed it at all. So in this episode, we are finally deep cleaning the 735. This thing is gross. These dyed ears are silver underneath that. Just mud and dirt. Interior needs a good deep cleaning too. Because of all the dirt roads we drove, following people was the worst because we had our windows down and all that dirt and dust just came inside the car. So with the help from our good friends in England from Auto Finesse, I'm gonna pull out the bucket with all of their gear and we're gonna get to work. We're gonna clean this thing up. The front end is just obliterated with bugs, cicadas, bees. We lost a fog light on the way. Someone kicked up a rock or something. I don't even know when that happened. I also want to do a fluid service on the car too. We're going to do an oil change. We're going to change the gearbox oil out and the diff oil out as well. It needs it. We did all of that before we left California, but we've done over 3,000 miles of hard driving. So it needs it. Very cool that on the rally, out of I think 160 to 180 cars on the Overcrest Rally. At registration, you're able to choose your sticker if someone hasn't taken it already. So by the time we got up there, which was kind of at the back of the line, 7 was still available, and that was the perfect number to get for the 7 Series. And Sutton was even able to get number 6 for the E24 M6. So we went ripping around Utah with number 7 and number 6 on a 6 and 7 Series. Road worn. Behind the scenes, I am working full-time on the laser machine. I came home to 3 big rush jobs, so there was no time for rest. We got in 2 nights ago and immediately yesterday morning got right to cutting on the laser machine. So we're multitasking today. I'm cutting awards for a car show next weekend, and we're gonna clean this thing up and get it looking as it was when we left for the rally in California. All right, guys, well, the E23 looks like a completely different car after a solid pressure wash and cleaning. Man, I almost forgot that it was silver, or that the wheels were silver at least. You guys already know I'm a Northeast guy, so all of these 80s BMWs did not survive from this trim line down, nor did the floors. You guys may remember the first build series video on this car when we pulled my 635 CSI in to drop this gearbox out of, and just everything was gone. Transmission cross member mounts are gone, floors were gone, frame rails are gone, just everything was rotted out. So I really, really appreciate these West Coast and otherwise Southern cars that didn't get subjected to salt. Good car. All right, E23 looking like a totally different car now, but we've got it inside, about ready to rack it up. I forgot that it was actually a pretty clean car. Aside from the rear valance and front BBS splitter being spray painted, the only silver I could find. Let's get it in the air. Let's drain the oil. We'll work our way from the front to back. For oil, as always, we've got our good friends from Rova who've set us up here in the shop. We're going to be using their 2050 and these cool vintage tins. And I've said it before, but Rova actually makes Porsches branded 2050. So if you've got a Porsche or you work at Porsche, the 2050 that comes in the tins is made by Rova in Germany. So this is what I use in all of the old air-cooled cars and even just the old vintage German cars. So I went to the parts store and got everything else I needed. We got an oil filter. We've got some gear oil. We've got an additive for the limited slip rear end. And I know that people will say one thing or another. They've all got their opinions. They've got good experiences and bad experiences with different fluids. We're going to be running a 7590 with an additive in the rear end since that is an LSD. And we're going to be running a GL4 7580 MTL Redline for that gearbox. Now, I have read online and heard from other people that the Redline sometimes can cause leaks and even some noise in some gearboxes. But this is the 265/5 close ratio dogleg gearbox, and I've done extensive looking around on the old BMW forums to see what guys are running in that actual gearbox and the doglegs that came in the E9s. This came out of my Euro 635 CSI, and a lot of guys are running this MTL GL4 Redline 7580. So that's what we're going to run. All right, well, before I drained the oil, I realized my drain tank was full. So luckily I had another 5-gallon pail. I was able to offload about 5 gallons of it, 4.5 maybe, enough to fill it with all the fluids that are in the 7 Series. Also, this is your epic reminder that if you have one of these, make sure this valve gets closed before you put any air here. Obviously, you want to make sure that your hose or drain line is tight as well. But if this is open, which it needs to be in order to drain oil down through it, if that's open and you put air to this, you are in a world of hurt. That didn't happen. I'm just reminding you guys to make sure that this gets closed first. So we've got the oil drained. We've got the new filter in. Now we're going to put some of the Rova 2050 in. And then we'll be on to the transmission. Let's get the trans service done. We'll get the diff fluid done. It's Memorial Day as I'm recording this. So we'll get this thing out and maybe we'll go for a drive in it before the end of the episode. This 265 dogleg gearbox takes a 17 millimeter hex plug, both for the fill and for the drain. Yeah. All right, we're back at the diff. This is a 10 millimeter Allen. Oh yeah, okay. Let's get the drain. All right, well, fluids are changed in the E23. I'll clean up my mess a little bit more. But let's get it down off the rack and let's go drive it. Well, she looks like a whole new car. Hopefully drives like a whole new car too. We're gonna go get lunch. We'll take this thing for a quick shakedown drive. Hopefully no leaks, hopefully no noises with new fluids and all that. Yeah. Ready to go. Well guys, they say on that LSD additive for the rear diff, break-in, mix-in miles is about 20. Well, I think we went beyond that as we drove to Blairsville, Georgia to visit our good friend Elliot at 944 Barn. Ended up driving through the mountains of North Georgia with it. Just another spirited drive. Felt like we were on the rally again. So we did a solid 4 hours round trip in this last night. It's feeling great. The car's feeling super tight. Still need to get it up on jack stands and pressure wash the undercarriage and wheel wells and all that, but we'll do that off camera. I'll get that done while multitasking on some jobs on the laser machine. But be sure to stay tuned for the next episode as to why we went to Elliott's, because we picked up wheels for the Auto Union 1000 SP project, and I am so excited. So as I'm getting off camera here, I'm gonna test fit those wheels and pray that they fit so we can continue building the frame onto that car and have it ready for the Complex Union Show roll call up in Canada in July. I have so much to do, so much to finish on that car to even get it ready enough for that show. So for now, the E23 is living well. Already got the whole front end covered in bugs again from that drive last night, but gotta figure out what on earth I'm doing. I don't know. Do I sell the W210? Let me know down in the comments. Well, that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching and for all of the support. We'll see you in the next episode.